Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thursday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from theuptrend.com. In the pre-market this morning, things are fairly quiet. Stock index futures are currently trading below fair value. We do have some big numbers coming out at 8:30 this morning. You saw the market overreact to the CPI numbers yesterday. Let's see how they react to the PPI and jobless claims numbers on Thursday morning. Well, yesterday turned out to be a great day to take some money off the table, with the big cap tech stocks leading the NASDAQ up to the 20,000 level for the first time in history. So I think we started out 2020 down at the 10,000 level. So 4 years, we've doubled the NASDAQ, which is pretty incredible. Looking at the NASDAQ 100 ETF, we made a new high yesterday. Our target was 531.25. We got as high as 530.61. So less than 70 cents away from hitting our price target. New high yesterday for the Magnificent 7 ETF, up over 3%. Now, Apple moved up yesterday. Coming into yesterday's trading action, our next price target was 250, and then you can see two lines up above that. Well, our price targets have expanded. We've got new price targets, and 248.44 is the current level that we're at. So yesterday we traded above 250, we traded above 248.44, and then pulled back and closed below both. So if we can continue higher here, 256.25 is our next target. Yesterday turned out to be a bearish reversal day for Apple, so we'll have to see if we get any downward pressure on Thursday. There's Alphabet having a huge up day yesterday, and there's Nvidia up over 3% on the day, having an inside day and still on a sell signal. No change there. Now, Tesla also moved higher yesterday. We're trying to get to 237.50, got as high as 224.88. But there's the top of our daily projected trading range at the moment. Now, the equal-weighted NASDAQ was up yesterday, just under 1%, not enough to give us a new buy signal. And we've got the next generation NASDAQ up just under 0.5%, having an inside day. So a very quiet day for the next generation NASDAQ stocks on Wednesday. Looking at the TSX 60 and the Vanguard Canada ETF, they're both still on buy signals, no change in trend. Both were up over 0.5% yesterday, and the Canadian market is being led higher by gold. The TSX Global Gold Index was the best performing index in North America yesterday. And then unfortunately, continuing to move lower were U.S. marijuana stocks, making a new low for this move on Wednesday. Now, the Dow was out of sync with the rest of the market. Remember, it was big cap tech stocks that led the market higher yesterday. The Dow actually closed lower, so still on a sell signal here. And the Dow was led lower by some non-technology stocks like United Healthcare, Johnson & Johnson. We've got McDonald's down on the day, new sell signal for Merck, and then we've got the Travelers Group. So the Travelers Group made a double top, and now let's see what happens here at the double bottom. We've traded back down to where we were in late October. And, we talk about how stocks rise like an escalator and then fall like an elevator. And that's pretty much what happened to Travelers Group over the past couple of days. Looking at the VIX is still on a sell signal. That's supported for higher stock prices. The VIX for the S&P 500 needs to close above 1445 on Thursday to give us a new buy signal. That, of course, would change the tone of the market. There's the VIX for the NASDAQ, the Russell 2000, and the VIX for the TSX 60, all still on sell signals. I have no idea what happened there. That was quite a dramatic move for the VIX for the TSX 60, but I really still don't understand this particular index. Looking at the Canadian market, and there's not any bright spots here. Remember last week, this list was filled with bank stocks. Now we just have one bank stock, and that one's not doing well. So even with the TSX up days away from an all-time high, there's no winning stocks here in the top 10 list for the TSX. So there we've got Canadian Natural Resources still on a sell signal, no change in trend for Pembina. We've got the TD Bank trading up to the lower channel line yesterday. Then we've got Enbridge still on a sell signal here, no change there. No change for Cenovus. Then we've got TELUS coming down and generating a sell signal as of Wednesday's close. TELUS got up to the 22.27 level, so hopefully you locked in some profits up there. And then we've come right down to the 21.48 level, looking to see if we can hold support there. And then you can see 21.09 is our next target below that. Looking at BCE, unfortunately, it's rolled over. It's back on a sell signal. And then we've got Manulife still on a sell signal here. No change there. No change for Suncor, making a new low for this move on Wednesday. Then looking at Baytech, Baytech also made a new low for this move before closing slightly higher on the day on Wednesday. Now, looking at the U.S. most actives from Wednesday's trading action, we've got some healthier stocks, some big cap tech stocks we've already looked at are in this list. So we've got 3 10s, a 9, and an 8, so a little more weighting to the upside than to the downside in this list. There's Rigetti making a new high, almost tagging $8. Inside day for NVIDIA, new high for Tesla. Then Palantir has moved back over the past couple of days, looking for a close on Thursday below $67.74. There's Supermicro hanging on to a buy signal. That would change on Thursday with a close below $37.54. And we ran up into the flypaper channel and have stopped. We've moved from being incredibly oversold to now being overbought and starting to turn down. This was a great trade that I didn't take. It was too risky for my blood, but we pretty well laid out the roadmap for it before it happened. Then looking at Lucid, still on a buy signal, no change there. There's SoundHound coming back down the last couple of days after making a new high. Then there's a new low for Intel, so no joy there. New low for Uber on Wednesday. Then we had a new high for Alphabet, which we already looked at. And then there's Ford. Ford still on a sell signal, trying to hold the lows from early November. Okay, folks, that's all for this morning's presentation. We've got some big numbers coming out at 8:30 that could certainly skew things. 20,000 is a big round number and may mark the top for this particular move for the NASDAQ. We'll just have to wait and see. You have a great day, and today is probably another good day to take some money off the table. When I use the term take some money off the table, I am looking at taking a partial position off the table. I'm not looking at liquidating a whole position. I'm only going to liquidate the position once we get kicked out, and we get kicked out with the first close below the lower channel line. Have a good day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Friday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theuptrend.com.